Assalamu alaikum viewers, welcome to Motor Solutions. Viewers, আপনারা সকলে জানেন Motor Solutions একটা knowledge based program যেখানে আমরা সব সময় মোটর ইন্ডাস্ট্রির অনেকগুলো বিষয় নিয়ে আলোচনা করি, স্পেশালি মোটর অ্যাক্সিডেন্ট, মোটর ইন্স্যুরেন্স এটসেট্রা। আর আমাদের আজকের টপিক হচ্ছে ফান্ডামেন্টাল ডিসঅনেস্ট ক্লেইমস। ফান্ডামেন্টাল ডিসঅনেস্ট ক্লেইমস নিয়ে আজকে আমরা আলোচনা করব। আপনাদের যদি কোনো প্রশ্ন থাকে বা আপনাদের কোনো পেন্ডিং কোনো ক্লেইমের মধ্যে যদি ফান্ডামেন্টাল ডিসঅনেস্টি যদি রাইজ হয়ে থাকে, আপনারা আমাদের এই স্ক্রিনে যে নাম্বারটা দেখতেছেন, নাম্বারে আপনারা আমাদেরকে ফোন করবেন। আর আপনাদেরকে অ্যাসিস্ট করার জন্য বরাবরের মতো I have Mr. Sam Harris, the solicitor, with me. Sam Harris is a very experienced solicitor who's been in the industry for a long time and who also been working with our community very closely for last 10 to 12 years. So he actually understands your need. He understands our language. He understands the industry, more importantly, very well. So Sam, thank you very much for joining me again.
Thank you very much for having me.
It's good to see you.
And I'm not sure my language, my Bangladeshi is not much up to scratch, but I get your meaning.
You understand our body language, don't
Absolutely.
you?
I understand a bit of more than I did.
There we go. So you've been here in this program for a long time as well.
Absolutely.
So I'm sure by now you also know what sort of question that we have to face as soon as we are on air.
Absolutely.
Okay, and so Suel's not with us. Obviously, we are not discussing vehicle maintenance side. It's only fundamental dishonesty claims, and there is a need that we talk about this issue. You highlight this issue more and more. I don't think even one program is not enough to highlight the issues that we are facing currently. Do you agree with me?
I think I do. The fundamental dishonesty aspect is just getting bigger and bigger. Every day you hear of cases being chucked out of court for fundamental dishonesty, and fundamental dishonesty means that you don't really have to be, it's not a fraud, it's just the judge doesn't believe you, and your claim completely goes, every aspect of your claim, if he just doesn't believe a little bit of your claim.
Yeah, and it becomes very costly as well. Obviously,
extremely costly.
Everyone lose out. The service provider obviously lose out everything. Obviously, that service provider has an agreement with the client where the client will be liable for all the charges. So
in respect of hire, yes.
Hire, storage, and if they then credit repair, the client is liable for everything. Also, a lot of the people believe from day one, they think, okay, I'm entering a no-win, no-fee agreement. Now, if I don't win the case, it's not going to cost me anything. It is a completely wrong understanding.
Well, I think fundamentally, to use the word again, a no-win, no-fee means that you shouldn't have to pay anything. Some solicitors firms will charge you for some costs, some don't. But in any CFA, there will be a clause that says you have a duty to cooperate.
And you have to tell the truth.
Absolutely.
And you have to be honest all the way.
Absolutely.
You know, you can't come out with a claim. Yeah, there is the claim is genuine, but you can't basically come out and try to fabricate the story.
Absolutely not. It doesn't, and you couldn't. You might be able to get the support of a medical expert. You might get a lot of support from medical records. But if you go to court and the judge doesn't believe you, then your whole case goes. And it's really up to the judge and how you portray yourself to the judge, and how you come across really to the judge. And insurance companies, in the old days, they used to have to pay an awful lot of costs if they went to trial, and now the costs have been reduced dramatically. And it means that insurance companies are going to risk going to trial more often.
Now they can take a risk.
Well, they will do. My colleague the other day was speaking to someone from the insurance business, and he said, now we're taking any case we think might be a little bit dodgy to trial because there's not very much for them to lose.
Yeah. Well, if they see a bit of inconsistency on the client's statement, they think, here we go, we will give a go.
Absolutely.
I think this witness not going to come out to be a good witness in the witness box, so we're going to attack him.
Well, inconsistency usually suggests that someone's not telling the truth.
Yeah.
Of course, I think that you have to take a reasonable aspect. It's not completely disastrous.
Yeah.
People do make mistakes. People have different memories. That's why that's why
And
lawyers become rich.
And from my experience, I've seen on a lot of the cases where the claim is a genuine claim, straightforward claim, the clients wasn't at fault at all. But throughout the whole process, in terms of making a claim, they have been dishonest here and there, thinking it will be okay. You know, they just didn't think, they wasn't serious enough when they answered the questions, when they did the statement, okay? And even the insurance company, on the other side, the insurance company's lawyer also knows that this is a genuine claim, no problem with the claim whatsoever, but there is inconsistency on the statement. So what they will try and do, they will cross-examine. When they start cross-examining the witness in the court, and first they will pick on wherever the dishonestiness was.
Wherever there's an inconsistency.
Inconsistency.
So a prime example is what we see if you hired a car, you've hired a car from the date after the accident, the day after the accident on credit from a provider, and in a medical report, for some reason, a lot of clients seem to say, I was off work for a month. I think that's to give themselves, to make sure the injury is more serious.
Yeah.
But really, that is very easily picked up, because generally the hire documents are sent to the insurance companies. So if there's that inconsistency, they can say, why is this guy hiring a car? Why is he claiming this amount of money when he wasn't working? If he's a taxi driver, or he couldn't, he says he couldn't drive for a month to make his or her injury more serious. I would really stress to the highest degree that when one goes to see a medical expert, one just tells the truth, and one should really check the contracts that you have with any hire provider to make sure that you're happy with the agreement. And that may mean that you have to go and see your solicitor and say, well, this is what happened, to make sure that it all tallies, because in fact some of the service providers, they are after a bit more money and they add on extra days, etc. So, but it's unfortunate, it's the client who's the one in court, not the service provider, and it's the client who gets the cost order.
Well, they should be their lawyer, their solicitor representing them, working in their best interest. Not to be forgotten that it is in the solicitor's best interest to win the case, because if their clients get paid, the solicitors get paid. Everybody gets paid. Therefore, they have to connect with the solicitor more, communicate with the solicitor more, rather than thinking, well, I'm not going to ask him too many questions.
I think they want to make sure, in the end, at the end of the day, although the solicitor will come after you for the money if you've found to be fundamentally dishonest, they may come after you for their costs. So the solicitor's main duty is to the court and not to the client. They've got a high duty to the client, but their main duty is to the court.
To the court.
So if they see inconsistencies, they'll say, well, they might point the inconsistencies out and say, what are you going to say about this? But they can't be helping you to lie.
I'll come back to you. Dashok, আমরা আজকে ফান্ডামেন্টাল ডিসঅনেস্ট ক্লেমস নিয়ে ডিসকাশন করতেছি। ফান্ডামেন্টাল ডিসঅনেস্টি আমাদের ক্লেম ইন্ডাস্ট্রির মধ্যে একটা বিগেস্ট প্রবলেম, যেটা আমরা সব সময় ফেস করি। আপনারা আজকে আমাদের স্ক্রিনে যে নাম্বার দেখতে পাচ্ছেন, ওই নাম্বারে আপনারা আমাদেরকে কল করবেন, করে আপনাদের ক্লেম সম্বন্ধে, অলদো আমাদের আজকের টপিক হচ্ছে ফান্ডামেন্টাল ডিসঅনেস্ট ক্লেমস, বা এর বাইরে যদি ক্লেম রিলেটেড যদি কোনো প্রশ্ন থাকে আপনারা আমাদেরকে ফোন করতে পারবেন। তাছাড়া আপনারা আমাদেরকে SMS করতে পারবেন। আপনারা যে নাম্বারটা স্ক্রিনে দেখতেছেন SMS এর এই নাম্বারে আপনারা SMS করতে পারবেন। তাছাড়া এই নাম্বারটা আবার আপনারা যদি মোবাইলে সেভ করে যে কোনো সময় আজকে পরে যদি এই প্রোগ্রামের বাইরে যদি আপনাদের কোনো প্রশ্ন থাকে, হঠাৎ করে যদি আপনাদের মাইন্ডে আসে কোনো প্রশ্ন, আপনারা আমাদেরকে প্রশ্ন করতে পারবেন। তাছাড়া আমাদেরকে আপনারা ইমেল করতে পারবেন morosolutions@ntveurope.net। তো আপনারা এখন পর্যন্ত আমরা আজকে যে বিষয় নিয়ে আমি সাম হারিসের সাথে আমি এখন পর্যন্ত ডিসকাস করলাম, আমরা মেইনলি আজকে আপনার এই ফান্ডামেন্টাল ডিসঅনেস্ট ক্লেম নিয়ে ডিসকাশন করতে চাচ্ছি। আপনারা যদি পার্টিসিপেট করেন, ফোন কল করেন, আপনাদের যদি এই ধরনের কোনো সমস্যা হয়ে থাকে, আপনারা যদি আপনারা যদি আমাদের কাছে প্রশ্ন রাখেন, তাহলে আমাদের প্রোগ্রামটা আরো প্রাণবন্ত হয়ে উঠবে। সো সাব fundamental dishonest claims we know, especially as you said, as you mentioned, the judges usually don't like this claim compensation culture anyway.
Well, I don't think judges don't. I think judges are very happy to award compensation. They have been done historically for years. It's just that I think now they've been given more leeway to say, well, beforehand they may say, well, this guy has suffered an injury. I don't really believe that it's as serious as he says, but he has suffered an injury through no fault of his own, or he has suffered a loss through no fault of his own. Therefore, I'll reduce the amount of damages he's going to get to what I think is reasonable, or whatever. So they had that discretion. But now, with this fundamental dishonesty, if they feel that there's been any sort of dishonesty, i.e., the example that we give as lawyers is that you can have an extremely serious injury where liability is admitted, there's no problems on liability. You could, if you just claimed for one false bus ticket, which could be for £1, and the judge says, no, that is not as a result of this accident, you're claiming, you're lying, that could wipe out the whole claim. So you could wipe out £1 million, if it could be a £10 million claim, and the whole claim could be wiped out by that one bus ticket.
Just for one bus ticket.
That's fundamental dishonesty. You've made a fundamental dishonest claim. Doesn't matter how big it is, but the whole claim is wiped out, which they never could do before.
Yeah, but it doesn't end there. As soon as, say for example, if the solicitors purchase a AT insurance, when they see the claims in a dispute, they will advise the client to take up a policy, which they do in most cases. Now, at this stage, when they see, at a later stage, when the insurance company sees there is a problem, fundamental dishonesty questions been raised, they also have a valid reason to pull out as well.
Well, it depends which AT. ATE is insurance to cover yourself from unforeseen events, that costs orders against you, etc. This comes out of your damages. Some AT insurance deals with adverse cost orders, etc. Some deal with fundamental dishonesty. The ones that deal with fundamental dishonesty, which really is the main danger, the cost orders aren't really that much danger, but it's the fundamental dishonesty point that is the main danger. They're generally a little bit more expensive, but in fact that is the policy that I personally recommend, because I feel that is the one that's going to really cover you.
At that stage, the client's own counsel will advise, probably drop out.
Well, I think the difficulty for solicitors is that they have all the information in front of them and they've seen the client. They may think, well, in fact, solicitors are trying to make money out of it as well, so they may think, well, this is a case that we should go to court. Generally, solicitors are covering the costs anyway of court fees, etc., which now have also increased dramatically. So they're in for quite a lot of money themselves, so therefore they may be keen to say, well, okay, you go ahead and prove your case. So I've done all this work for you. I can see some inconsistencies, but
we will, if we
I think you are honest. Your claim is generally honest. I don't think that they're not going to be. I don't interpret them as being fundamentally dishonest, but just mistakes, honest mistakes, which, as I said earlier, honest mistakes happen in every case, and it'd be actually suspicious if your case didn't have any, was completely consistent, because that's just not the way of the world. There are little bits and bobs that just, oh well, I think that happened, or well, I can't remember, but I think myself, I was a witness in a RTA accident myself, and I thought this would be very, very easy. I went to the court, and when I got cross-examined, and I'm a solicitor of almost 20 years standing, I found it difficult. I found it difficult to be cross-examined, and the judge asked
if they have the intention to attack you, they will come out with all sorts of questions. Sometimes they come out with the question not even related to this accident, just to present you as a dishonest person in front of the judge. As soon as they are successful on that, that's it.
It
The
can
whole
be.
claim
It
will-
depends again on how you come across the judge.
Yeah,
Judges are generally they've been in the business for a long time
Yeah,
themselves.
we'll continue. We'll have to take a short break. দর্শক আপনারা মোটো সলিউশন দেখতেছেন আমাদের আজকে টুনাইট ফান্ডামেন্টাল ডিসঅনেস্ট ক্লেমস আমরা এখন ছোট্ট একটা কমার্শিয়াল বিরতি নিতে হচ্ছে উই উইল সি ইউ শর্টলি আফটার দ্য ব্রেক অ্যাগেইন